nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Black Girl Nerds Talks. We have returned. We're back. We're back. You know, we had the summer. We had to take the summer off, but we are back, and we are here to talk about movies. On today's episode, we are talking about the box office. Who are the winners? Who are the losers? And sort of movies in general, I guess. What do you think, Liz? We'll talk about movies in general.
Yeah, movies in general, like how things are going so far in 2017.
Yes.
And just like the summer. How has the summer gone?
How y'all doing? How's your summer?
How was it?
How was your summer? Let us know. We want to know. So let us know in the comments how your summer went. Okay. So I'm going to start by giving you the top 10 top grossing movies of the summer. Now, when we first talked about box office, we thought that this summer seemed pretty stacked. But once we got to it, it didn't seem that stacked. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think the summer had really weird release dates.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of movies that came out that we weren't even thinking about.
Yes, so many. Like, when I was looking at this list, I was like, who this?
Yeah.
Who this and who this?
What?
Like, War of the Planet of the Apes came out. I completely forgot about that movie.
And everyone else did. And it was a really good movie, too. So.
Oh, you liked it? You saw it? It was good?
Yeah, I thought it was good. It shouldn't have come out in the summer. It probably should have came out around now. Probably would have done a lot better.
Or Christmas, maybe. Well, no,
Yeah.
Star Wars. Now would have been great. There's nothing now.
I think now would have been a good
Yeah.
time. I think a lot of the movies that came out during the summer were not blockbuster movies, and they shouldn't have come out then.
I think Blade Runner, when we see what happens with Blade Runner, that'll kind of tell us. Because I feel like right now is great, because I keep wanting to go to the movies, and there's nothing out until Blade Runner. Like, for the last couple of weeks, there hasn't been anything. Okay, so here we go. Number 10 is very exciting. Girls Trip.
Hey!
Girls Trip, $109 million.
That was the surprise of the summer, I guess.
Surprise. But
the
is
top,
it? Is it?
I mean, it wasn't a surprise to us because we already knew, right?
Right.
But I think everyone thought Baywatch was going to be that summer movie, and that tanked. And then
I can't believe that movie isn't. I heard it's horrible, but how? Like, it's just, there's so many, I don't know.
Well, I feel like that movie they underestimated how much it's necessary to have a comedic actor in movies like that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think the Rock and Kevin Hart movies do well because Kevin Hart is a comedian.
And he can, like, balance it.
He can balance it out. And same goes for, which I feel like that was the goal, 21 Jump Street. They were trying to go for that feel.
I love 21 Jump Street. That movie is so funny. So
Channing Tatum is pretty funny, and I don't know why.
What's his face?
Yeah.
Jonah Hill is
Jonah Hill is a comedic actor. I mean, he can do drama, but he's funny. So that's necessary. You can't just have good-looking people.
We need balance.
Yeah, you need balance. So.
Okay, so that was 10. Yay, Girls Trip!
Yeah, Girls Trip. And Girls Trip was good. So if you didn't see it,
go see it. Okay, and so 9 is Transformers: The Last Night, and let me tell you guys, I saw this movie on the plane. It made $130 million. It, like, you know when you, like, go on a loop with a movie where it's, like, so bad, and then you're just, like, it's so bad that you're low-key living? Like, that's what happened to me during this movie. I was just sort of like, how far is this gonna go? Like, how bad can it be? Like, it is just beyond anything we've seen before from the Transformers movies, and they've been bad for a while, but this is, like, next level bad. So that's that.
And when it comes to world grossing, I don't know where the numbers are right now, but it's not looking good. It doesn't look like it's
so it's made $600 million worldwide, which isn't good because the last one made $1 billion worldwide. Yeah, which how? But whatever. I mean,
I don't know. It wasn't good.
This one was like next level. I think people were like, you know what? Now you're just trying to get away with stuff. Right. 8 is
now.
Right now. I really like the first movie. Me and Liz talk about this all the time, how we love the first movie, and we're here for Shia, and we hope Shia returns to us somehow, some way. No. Doubtful. Okay, 8 is War for the Planet of the Apes, which Liz saw. I did not see. It's too real for me. I can't deal with stuff like that. Cars 3 was 7. $149 million. The 18th straight Pixar movie to cross $100 million. Jeez. I heard that this one was better than the last one. Do you know?
I heard that too, but it didn't make what they were looking for it to make. So, guess I was wrong about Cars. Womp womp.
Oh yeah, your list.
It's still gonna make a ton of money on merchandise.
Yeah,
but...
I mean, I think it's there. I mean, like they said, Pixar doesn't do things for no reason. Like everybody's like, Cars is like a sympathy thing, and I'm like, no. They're doing it because it makes them money in ways that we're not seeing. Just because adults don't like it doesn't mean it's not making them money in some way.
Right.
6, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, which was... I could not tell you what happened. All I know was Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley were the best part of that movie. This one surprised me. 5 is Dunkirk.
Yeah, I feel like when we made our first video kind of talking about what we thought was going to happen, we did not mention this one at all.
I don't even think we even said anything.
The promotion for this movie was very interesting, and I think I didn't really put into account how much people are a fan of Christopher Nolan's work. And
I don't think I knew either until there were all those retrospectives and articles about his work, and people are really fanboys and fangirls of his work. Yeah, so I love Prestige, so
I love that movie too. And The Dark Knight is one of my favorite films.
The Dark Knight I can't watch. It's too much for me. We're seeing a trend in what Shenee likes. She doesn't like darkness. Like it. It's too dark.
Prestige isn't too good. Isn't too much for you then?
It's just, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just like not a movie that I'll put in and watch because I'm like, why? This is sad and upsetting and it's very dark. Like, not just tonally dark, but the movie, you can't see anything. You literally can't see anything. It's just dark. But I know people like it, and I would never say that it's not amazing for what it achieves. So, that's it. Okay, and so, number 4, Despicable Me 3. $255 million. People love Minions, man. They love Minions.
And that movie was not good. The Minions movie? Ugh.
The Minions movie is horrible.
It is so bad.
It's bad. It's unwatchable. $1 billion. Okay.
Somebody watched it.
Somebody likes it. Okay, so next we have Spider-Man Homecoming, and that made $320 million, which is pretty good. Apparently it's not as much as people wanted it to make, but I love Tom Holland, so I hope it's more of a ushering of a new star than anything else. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 made $389 million, so that's 2. I did not love that movie, but I like the characters in the world, so.
Yeah, there were some parts I liked about it, but there's a lot of it that was forgettable, which is unfortunate, because I feel like they really put a lot in, like, Kurt Russell being in it.
Right. And
Kurt Russell did not film that storyline, but I felt like it kind of was all over the place, so.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Exactly.
I'm sure they'll make another one still. And,
I know. I was like, there's no hope. Yeah, I mean, it made more money than the last one, so of course they will.
Yeah.
And then number 1 is Wonder Woman. What? Yay. What? Shocker. What? Shocker.
I'm happy. It was really, really good. So.
It deserves it. Finally, a good movie that deserves its praise. $406 million, man. Domestic. That's a lot of money for domestic.
That's a lot of money. And it's just wild to me. I just wonder, and maybe this is another conversation for another day, but I don't understand what DC is doing. Like I feel like they're like ignoring the success of this movie. Maybe they're not, but I feel like they are.
That's a whole other video.
It's another video. I'll let it go. I'm very happy for Wonder Woman. It's a good film. It's a good superhero film. I was rewatching Iron Man a few days ago, and
I love that movie.
It really has that kind of, like, even though there's been other movies so far that have come out, it felt like that kind of, like, okay, here we go, like, type of feel. So
I know, it felt like an event.
Yeah.
Like an event upon itself.
Yeah. hopefully it's a turning point because
God,
so far it's not been great. So, what did you think about the movies? So, like, some of the movies that have come out that are, I guess, wouldn't have been on the blockbuster list but came out in the summer, because there were movies like Detroit that came out, there was Dark Tower, and I just feel like if those movies were coming out now, they would be doing much better. Like I wonder what is the thought process. And I think back to when we were talking about, oh, there's too many movies coming out, and maybe we were wrong about it being too many movies. It was more so like the way that they're coming out and the way that they're promoting the films really don't make sense. So I was wondering if you had any thoughts about that.
I do. I think that the summer is lengthening. I feel like the summer blockbuster doesn't really exist anymore the way it used to. I think with Netflix and all these things and just the way our world is changing, that the summer season isn't necessarily the time that people see movies like they used to anymore, especially considering the fact that a lot of these event films, I think this is really changed by Marvel, because, you know, they already put, you know who's done it is like Marvel, the 50 Shades of Grey franchise, Deadpool. None of these movies come out in the summer. They come out in the spring. So if these major event movies come out in the spring, then you're trained to go to the movies during the spring. And so then summer isn't so much this kind of like sacred time.
Shades didn't even come out in the spring. It came out
it comes out in February, in winter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like winter, February.
Get Out, like that came out in the winter.
Exactly.
And
so I think
so well.
Right, and I think also a lot of these movies are shitty. Like I just feel like
not good.
It's like there's just all okay, and I think Netflix is really killing people, or like all these streaming services where we can get kind of higher quality stuff. You just can't put shit out that's so bad, and also they're spending way too much money on these movies. So it's like,
so that is it. That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
The amount of money they're spending on movies do not justify the film. Like,
no.
And let's use Valerian for example.
Oh my gosh, Valerian! We forgot about Valerian.
Because you saw that film.
I saw it. Yeah.
But there's no way you can tell me that movie was worth the amount that they spent on it. And it's like, why? I mean, I'm all here for new ideas and taking risks, but you can take risks with $50 million as opposed to 100 and something million. And I feel like that. I think that's where the shift is going to be. There's going to be a lot less money spent on movies, but I think that might be a good thing, because we might get better quality. Because if you're spending less money, studios feel the less need to be like hovering over it, and maybe directors can have a little bit more leeway with the things that they do, because the movies that I feel have been good or have had some type of notoriety are ones that they, you know, ended up making money, and they didn't spend too much money to make the film as well. And I'm thinking of Mother, because that's come out recently.
I was just about to say Mother. Yeah,
it's very controversial, and I feel like they spent a good amount of money on that film, and doesn't look like it's gonna make it back. And it's
and it's like Mother is a really good example. Put it on streaming or something like that, or like I don't know.
That's not
It's not, you know, and like who knows how much Jennifer Lawrence, just her cost, and Javier Bardem.
She cost a lot of money.
They both, all of them. There's a bunch of people in that movie who cost a lot of money, and you could have put anybody in that movie. And you know, when you see a movie like Get Out, or a lot of times the horror movies that Blumhouse puts out, none of those movies have people that anybody recognizes in them. They're just films that have kind of cool buzz. People talk about them, and they're good movies. You don't need movie stars anymore. Like, I think that's the other thing that people aren't connecting, is that, like, people don't really care anymore because of YouTube and all these other things. Like, it's not like back in the 90s where, as children, we were all like, you know, Tom Cruise or Will Smith or whatever. Like, most of the people, kids nowadays, don't even know who these people are. So it's, like, different. Like, it's more about what's going to give them an experience, what's going to be something they can talk about on social media, what's going to be interesting. And Mother shows how that can happen in a bad way, where you could have, like, played up the hype and the mystery or whatever and made it kind of something interesting. Because the movie's stupid, it ended up just having people make fun of it. You know what I mean? So I think that it is just about kind of people going back to basics marketing, where they're just like really market these films. Just don't put us in front of all, just, you know what I mean? Like, all people do is, like, all we need to do is buy a hashtag and, like, have some YouTubers interview them, and that's it. It's like, no, you need to actually market these films. Like, get out.
And then you need to actually have a good film. Because,
yeah, and the film needs to be good.
Tom Cruise has had 2 movies come out this summer, and both of them are not huge money makers, and he's supposed to be like Mr. Box Office.
Right.
And it's just like such a clear indication that,
people don't care anymore.
People don't. Yeah, it's not the same as it used to be, and it made me think of another movie we didn't even know was coming out was Lego Movie Ninjago.
Oh yeah.
Like, and it made like no money, and they're like surprised it didn't make money. But I heard no one talk about this movie. I literally heard about it when it came out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? Like,
you have to reframe these campaigns,
Right. And why didn't you just wait until next year? And that's my thing. There's a bunch of movies. I'm like, why not just wait until next year? Because you had.
Why are you bankrupting yourself for no reason?
You just had Lego Batman. You just had it.
Right.
Why not wait a year? Promote your movie. Yeah. Let it come out early spring. Summer if you want to, but at least people would have heard about it.
Right.
And then you won't be competing with your own movie, even though Lego Batman is on video, but still, I still feel like it's the same thing. You're still competing with something you just, what? That makes no sense. I'm like, why are you doing this? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't get it. I don't understand.
I'd be very interested to see how the next year goes.
One second. Say something?
Hello?
I can't hear you. Okay. There's a little technical difficulty, but technically, Liz, you were done. Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
Not really.
We're excited to see what happens next year and what comes out next year during the summer and all that stuff. So that's basically our box office update. Let us know what you think about the movies. How is your what is it called? Your draft picks? Yeah. How are your draft picks doing? Look at us.
Yeah.
Super sports.
Yeah, we'll have to come back with the definitive list.
The definitive list. But I know a lot of people's lists are pretty. Actually, no. I think everything's pretty predictable. I think Wonder Woman is the big thing that kind of messes up everybody's list. Yeah, because that looks like it's gonna. I think that's gonna land 2 or 3 for the year, unless Justice League or Thor, which I don't think they'll make more money than Wonder Woman. All right,
maybe Thor.
I doubt it though. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for black girl nerves.